where Giga and Kuro are sitting down talking about how VTubers are terminally online and how the culture and how everything has changed with the way people behave, and just generally sitting down all the time on the internet is just not healthy for you. And I want to hear their opinion and thoughts, and I think it'll be interesting. Before we get into it though, make sure you like this video itself to help the algorithm gods. I would very much appreciate it, and also sub to the channel if you enjoy these kind of reacts. Well, let's get into it.
I'm GEEGA, and
Hi,
I
GEEGA.
always remember to record my intro.
That's
I'm
nice.
Kuro. I definitely did not forget to record
Oi,
my intro.
mate.
Welcome to GEEGAChat. Terminally
GEEGAChat?
online means
I
a
like
person
that.
who is online so much that it's just really affected everything about them. Their personality, what they find funny, their sense of humor was affected, all of that, right?
Wait, am I terminally online?
You might be.
I have like 7 tabs open.
Do you cycle between them, like, pointlessly?
Yeah, I go from like YouTube to TikTok to Twitter, like refresh Twitter.
I do that as well. I hate it. When I realize I do it, I stop and I do something else. Because there's sometimes my brain just turns off and I'll rotate. I'll check YouTube comments. I'll refresh the For You page. I'll go to Twitter. I'll see what's happening there. I'll go to Twitch and I see what's going on there. And I rotate between that. And when I realize I'm doing this and I'm just wasting time, I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. And I do something else.
Go back to
Like absolute brain rot.
No.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I gotta keep updated, man.
True. When you're a streamer, you feel like if you're not keeping updated, you start to stress. You're like, I'm falling behind. I don't know today's
Exactly.
meme, right?
True. I mean, I can understand as a streaming point, but it's also just brain rot. Like, we can use the streamer as an excuse, but let's be real. Let's be fucking real right now. It is just brain rot. Now, streamers do have to keep them updated about everything and post about everything and blah, 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 be everywhere. But this situation is terminally online.
It's being a streamer.
Do you feel like
They're
you
coping.
were less
Coping.
totally online before you were a streamer? Did that change over time?
Actually, no. Now it's like related to me. Before it would just be related to people I watch.
For me, it was the same exact thing, but I was part of other people's communities, right? So that kind of made me want to stream because I
Yeah.
like community-based stuff. Was it the same for you?
I had a whole obsession watching Twitch streamers, and I used to like really be involved. Like I'd be on their subreddits and shit.
Oh wow! Oh, you were deep in there.
Yeah, I was deep.
Deep
If you're
in
on
the
the
mud.
subreddit, then it's far
My
gone,
God.
man.
I may not seem the type. I used to be like that for Forsen. I have no clue why.
I like
Forced.
Forsen's
Why force them out of everyone?
community. It's just, why Forsen?
Yeah, why force them?
Every time I click in
know.
a stream, man, it's like him sitting in silence for
It's
like
his chat. His chat is entertainment.
10 hours, and then sometimes he gets up from his seat to like go get something, and the chat goes crazy.
I feel like when you look at a fish tank,
He's a
right,
specimen.
you're just mesmerized, and they're not doing anything. But occasionally somebody comes by, and they have those little pellets, and they drop them in the top, and you're like, and it's, you know, you're like, whoa, that's good. And I feel like that's a Forsen stream, except there's a bunch of funny people watching the fish tank with you. That's the difference.
If there's one thing,
It's like they're
about Twitch,
observing
I feel
him.
like jokes.
I swear to God, he's like the keeper of what he's like a zookeeper, and he's keeping all the wild animals in his chat. Forsen has a bunch of people just watch his stream and sit in Discord and talk while they just spam emos in his chat like wild animals. It is a very unique community. It's very interesting.
Just never die. Isn't that like the definition of crazy? I don't know, man.
We're kind of stuck in a time loop. Like today I said something about taxes. Someone asked me about taxes. And I said, this thing, something, taxes. And I look over and somebody just types taxes OS frog. And I was like, oh my God, we've been here for like 8 years. It's never changed.
Bro, OS Frog is actually one of my favorites.
Actually, I use Resident Sleeper more than OS frog. One of the things that happens on the internet more than real life though, right? People just do nothing but repeat jokes. Maybe this is a little mean to say. When you're in person, when you have a joke in your head and you know it's maybe not the best, social anxiety keeps you down, right? You don't say that joke. You're like,
There are no walls on the internet. You want to be a dumbass? You be a dumbass. You say that joke, you pop off.
I'm not gonna say unless I think it's a banger. But when you're online, people just type it out and they're like, haha, yeah, I did it. And so everyone's just so ready to be unfunny on the internet.
Yeah, they don't have to see your facial expression. Just say whatever cringe shit you want in the chat.
Do you feel like being a VTuber makes it easier for you to just be cringe?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely yes. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah, look at me. Dude, if I had more of a gremlin model and not this fucking dude, you know, I feel like I would be even more stupid. But yeah, I think that being a VTuber allows you to kind of be like a little bit more eased in, I guess. And you just like, you just being more of a gremlin at the end of the day. I swear, that's just the case. Oh, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
You have to act more animated if you want to look interesting, you know, as a VTuber. So I have to act like an actual TikTok NPC. Like, thanks to the roses. Like, moving my body.
I need more bullets. I need more bullets.
Yeah. You know, if I'm sitting here like this, it's not exactly fun to watch someone listening to a song while sitting like that, right?
I talk to my chat about how I'm introverted, and they go, no, you're not. You talk so much, and you talk to so many different people. You're not introverted. And I'm like, yes, I am.
People don't understand that there's a difference between talking to someone directly in face-to-face compared to talking to 20 people in a chat room. Like, it's a big difference.
It's different when you're a VTuber. It's just different. When I see people in person, I just sit there. I just sit there and like thoughts come to my head and someone says something to me and I go, oh, yeah, I'm just introverted.
I think I've become more introverted since living around
but in person,
few months. You don't know if someone speaks English or not, right?
Right.
More likely than not, they don't. Yeah. I'll muster up the courage to ask. And then they just give me the most blank expression. I'm like, never mind. Bye.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
I remember that when I was spending time in other places, that was when I became the most online heavy as far as internet usage. I was going to PC cafes and playing like StarCraft 2 and League and like all these things. And I was just, that was my cope, right? I would just go and play games and hope that someone there might speak English.
I just looked at our channel.
I like the idea of using someone else's
cry.
It's all dirty. You know.
Wait, what?
Do you miss old PogChamp?
I do, actually.
I miss old PogChamp. That's why I use Pog all the time. I mean, yeah, fuck that dude, but man, I miss old PogChamp. Nobody uses PogChamp anymore. It's lost.
Just visually, yeah. The guy aside, just looking
channel?
at it,
I'll show you in
I
a
miss
sec.
the old PogChamp.
They've removed quite a few emotes over the years.
Honestly, because of 7TV and BTTV, we have alternatives for everything. I feel like the OG Twitch emotes have been on the decline, and it's all about 7TV now.
Nobody uses that anymore.
I saw you I saw you going through the emote list. I just want to know, why didn't you want to add Goats Megalo to your chat? I'm so curious.
I don't want to add an emote that is an actual
Goats Megalo?
What?
So that emote actually originated in my chat.
What?
That one. It was, we were sitting in my Discord making memes of you, right? So many people made Shadow the Hedgehog memes.
Oh god, no way! I didn't realize I had the same color scheme.
Can we make shadow memes? And I was like, all right, if we're gonna make shadow memes, we're gonna do this.
Oh god,
Kitten,
this is beautiful.
Unblock me.
Kitten, please unblock me.
Of like those Joker memes. Have you seen the like ironic Joker memes recently? Put an F in front of the word art. This is called dark humor. You wouldn't get it. It's like, what?
I love those. Did you ever see the website YTMND? YouTube was not a thing yet. YTMND was the site where anyone could upload a picture or a GIF, also some audio, also some text, and you would all do this separately and they would combine it. And this was where my internet humor was born.
Oh no, the good old days. I don't even remember the site. There was a website where you could make your own website. I don't know if it was MySpace or it was something else. I don't know. I have no idea, but I remember I could make my own profile page and it was like a website kind of thing. It's kind of complicated, but it was also really shit. Dude. Oh God.
Oh, it seems there's no audio right now. It's pretty quiet.
Really? Oh, okay.
Cool.
Because it's loading, I think.
Yeah, it'll load and then you can hit play on it.
No, I just messed around. I had a computer since I was young, Kai. Like really, really young. I think on when I turned 4 years old, because I moved to a different city, very far away from my friends. My mom and my dad was really concerned, so they bought me like consoles and PCs and stuff like that because they were really concerned. So I had like a PC when I was like 4 years old or 5 years old. Yeah.
Oh, I have to. Oh my. I saw a bunch of these, and I feel like these type of websites are the ones.
You're now
that
92.
White MDs weren't too bad.
Doing my calculations, you are now 92. Do you think I'm dying? I'm not dying.
Upvote, downvote, like a rating system.
Okay, that was the only thing that like people.
Wait, she is. We gotta look at them. But
yeah.
Let me scare people.
I've noticed that is one of the things that always works. Get people really interested.
I'm bad
in something
at math.
That is a little scary or a little morbid. Why does that always work? Like Markiplier videos, right?
There's like intrigue, you know? You feel kind of cool if you sit through a scary video or movie.
I did that.
You know what's funny is that I love watching scary shit whenever I go to sleep. I sleep like a baby. I love it. I love watching people play scary games before I go to sleep and watch some scary stuff when I go to sleep. But I think scary movies is just not for me. I just love watching scary games. I don't know why.
It was harder to make content of that kind, so all people had were screamers. That's
not normal.
So I liked horror content, but it wasn't content that other people made. It was just like movies. And
we should play some scary games.
That was the only format I had. And then by the time I was really like online a lot, everything had kind of evolved, and people were now making horror content. I feel like I was just past it, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I can't enjoy this stuff because
I feel like
I really like this video.
Content is not as scary as it used to be because the internet was like still really new.
I don't think it's about not being scary. I think people just have a bigger tolerance toward horror things now. Like, I just think that you can't make it scarier than Amnesia environmental wise. And you can't like really make and like people things that are like jump scare and stuff. You've seen it a million times, so it doesn't matter. I just think that most scary stuff can't get scarier than it is at the moment. So we're just used to it.
Believe more stuff.
Speaking of scary,
and it's
you
on
want
the
to see
internet,
something?
So it must be true. You're like, oh, what? No way.
Really? Oh my god.
When I was younger, I got so freaked out because I saw the Squidward suicide, like creepypasta. Bro, I got so scared. I didn't watch SpongeBob again. Never again. I got so traumatized. Really? Yeah.
I noticed that that's people's favorite.
I used to watch scary movies whenever I was a kid. I used to watch I remember Courage the Cowardly Dog. But then I started watching also like, I watched like horror movies and stuff like that, The Ring and stuff. And I was like, yeah, this is funny. But whenever I was telling people about the stories, I would be scared. But whenever I was watching it, I wasn't scared at all. I was excited.
Thing to do is to take something that kids really like and make it scary, right? God. They love doing that.
I know.
Most kids stuff is easier to make look creepy. It's aimed towards kids, so they end up doing stuff that only kids would kind of get. But then when you like put it into an adult brain, it's like, well, that was kind of weird.
Right, you question it more.
Yeah, you question it more. So it's like weird. Even the
Smile.
designs of
no.
stuff. I used to watch Teletubbies, but looking back at it, they're kind of creepy.
They're so fucked up. They're so weird. It's just nothing scarier than taking something that should be like really comforting for a kid or really fun and colorful and playful and then just being like, now it's...
That's why I like those new games where they're like, we're going to a child toy factory and it's an abandoned factory and it's a horror thing and things are about to kill you. I really like those games, and I think a lot of people like them too because of this this kind of plot idea. It's just very interesting and fun.
Trying to kill you.
I just read
it's Poppy's Playtime. I really like that game.
Like fucked up my childhood, I think. Even today, I'm so traumatized of them, and I still have habits because of it. Have you ever heard of like the dog licking story? Creepypasta thing?
Which one? I feel like I've heard something.
Every night, my dog licks my feet.
What?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know that one? The punchline of it was like, I felt licking on my toes, but then I looked, my dog was dead in the bathroom. And there was like a note that said, you taste good, or something like that.
Oh,
And it was like, oh. And ever since then, I never stick my feet out.
Let me tell you a story about that. I do the same thing where I always like, my feet are always covered.
My God.
It's because one of my brothers is like a huge troll. I was one of his favorite people to do this to. And for the most part, that's why I'm so like thick-skinned against trolling. I'm very patient. Someone will do something and I'll be like, all right, buddy, because I'm just so used to it. I'm like, you can't do worse than him. My God. I used to have at the end of my bed this little like space between the bed and the wall, and I would store stuff there. One night he went and crawled in there and stayed hidden. I got into my bedroom, closed my door, turned the lights off, went to bed. Like an hour later, he like started like touching my.
Your brother is insane. I don't know how to tell it to you, but your brother is insane. What?
Foot. Like to scare me. He like made a weird noise and like touched, and I freaked the fuck out. I was like,
bro, I stopped burning the place down.
Because my door was closed. I was like, there's something in here. I was so, oh my God. And then like I like turned the lights on and I like grabbed something. I was ready to like throw it, and it was
pulls out a gun under the pillow.
Gotcha. And I was like, my God.
That's hardcore. Ever since I watched Final Destination, I'm never going on a roller coaster.
I never liked them, but also I'm really small. I'm
very big.
What?
Completely
Really?
small. Yes, I'm really short. So when I sit in a roller coaster and I like pull the bar down, there's so much space between me and the bar. I am not strapped in at all. I'm like death gripping. Wow, I hope I don't fall out.
Man, the only thing
do they just censor her height
in theme parks was going to the splash zone.
Interesting.
Yes.
The worst part was I had to go back in wet clothing.
That's such like a kid thing. I feel like you don't experience that as an adult, but as a kid, you have so many like unfortunate situations, right? You like go home in wet clothes or like.
As an adult, you've already experienced these once, and that's enough. Since starting
now you
streaming,
don't give a shit anymore.
I don't want to go anywhere. I think I've got a little bit addicted to streaming.
Yeah.
It does feel like an addiction.
Same. Dude, I am addicted as that. I hate whenever I take 1 day off or 2 days off. It's awful. I want to be live all the time.
It's so hard for me to hit stop streaming. And I have told myself quite literally for like a year now, I'm going to stream more days, stream less time per day. So it's still a good number of hours. And then I'll have good hours after every stream that I could use. You know, my voice won't be run down. Like I could do this. Yeah, yay. I'm only like a year later, like now, doing that. Like it took me so long because I would just be streaming and having a good time, and I would go for like 7-8 hours. Yeah, you know, it's fun. Haha. I was just chatting. I had no plans for stream. I just talked. I ended stream because I was feeling hungry and I realized it had been 13 hours.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
my God.
No, I gotta stop this.
He popped off then.
I normally just eat breakfast.
Oh my
and then
God.
I start stream. By the time that I'm done, it's like midnight in Asia time. Oh fuck. I haven't even eaten because I don't like eating on stream.
I personally don't like mouth sounds and food eating sounds. But then too, I can't stream and not talk. I actually have a hard time doing this in person too. If I'm sitting there and eating with someone, I like have a hard time just eating my food because I'll just be talking. If I stream and I eat at the same time, I won't finish my food. Like
I've never eaten while streaming. I've had a snack while we're playing Honkai Starbucks, but that's pretty much it. I don't know. I feel like it's really weird. Maybe it's like easier for a VTuber to eat, but I just never had food. I must need to eat when I don't know. Maybe if you have like a 12-hour stream, I can understand getting some food, but I would usually just like put on a video or something and go off and eat away from my display, from my screen.
Most of the time.
I'm having like so much fun that I don't realize. I've been having very big gaming burnout, and I don't know if it's because I'm like getting older or if it's
old man syndrome.
Stale. Both.
Honestly, I think it's both. I have the same issue.
There's a lot of good games now.
The more games you play, the more your standards have kind of changed. So when you get into a new game, it's not like all new to you. So your brain is just like, I've seen this. Whereas anytime I play something new in a genre that I haven't really played before, it's like the greatest experience ever. I'm like, oh, I love this, you know? That's
kind of how I felt when I played Undertale for the first time.
I feel this. I can understand if you're playing like a loads of game, loads of game, you're getting all of it over you. You know, I get it. But at the moment we have so many good games. And I guess the way I'm doing things is that I'm doing my own stuff and I'm doing stream and we're doing just chatting. I'm not playing that many games. So maybe whenever I'm playing games, it's always fun. But at the same time, I'm not playing that many games. So I'm not really burnt out per se. I'm just not playing them. But I think there's a lot of good games out now. And if you're feeling burnt out, I can understand it. If you're playing like a loads of games, maybe time to do something else and find a different hobby to cool down a bit. So it feels fun again. Because if you're like trying to drag yourself through games, what's the point? Brother, you're playing games to have fun. You don't want to drag yourself through playing a game, making it feel like a job, you know?
It was kind of something...
It's just that you play games for so long, things feel the same. Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't want it to feel the same. You want it to feel like exciting and fun, and you want to have eager to play it. That's the feeling you're after, right? Yeah.
I don't normally play, but then it was completely different, like, tone-wise to anything I played ever.
That's what I mean. Exactly. And yeah, I get that a lot of games don't have that feeling, but some do. Some do. I play GameStop and then I do art and keep a nice balance. Yeah, whenever you have a nice balance, it will never feel that overdone, if you know what I mean.
Like an Undertale, for me, it always feels really cool. It's like, oh, where has this been? Like, why haven't I played this? If I play it and then afterwards I feel like, why didn't I play this? That's a good game for me. Yeah.
One of my top favorite games now is Outer Wilds. It's a game that
I haven't played that
last year. Holy shit. It made it into my top 5 games of all time. It's so good.
Is it Bethesda?
Outer Wilds.
Is it Betty? Is it Bethesda?
Was a small indie dev. It was some guy in college. It was like really cool because he was dealing with like you can jump around on planets and there's like gravity to the center of the planet. So you're like
I got an Outer World for you.
And you know, and as he's going, he was writing some more story with it, and he was like, I want to develop this into more. And it is like one of the best written games I've ever played.
Interesting.
And it's all
Maybe
about
I should play
exploration and learning. It's not about combat. It's literally just explore and learn and figure out what's.
Is it a walking simulator though?
Going on, so you can know what to do. It's so lore heavy, but they condensed it down so much. They hired a writer in, and I had like watched an interview with her too, and she was talking about how her biggest task was say the most with the fewest words so that people understand everything that's going on, but they don't have to read through a lot of like dialogue.
At first, I didn't even want to play Skyrim because it looked intimidating. The logo, it looked like a horror game. So I was like, oh,
what?
Oh no, I'm not playing this. But my friend convinced me to. They were like, yeah, like my character has Daedric armor. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? And then like a month later, I'm like, how do I get Daedric armor? Help me.
Did you play any of the earlier games after that?
No, I never did.
You have to play Oblivion.
Really?
Or Morrowind.
Actually. Okay, in my opinion, it's the best Elder Scrolls game.
Okay.
It has jank to it.
Yeah.
But it's very charming. It's part of what makes the game good.
But I kind of like the scuff, to be honest. It makes it more human. It just reminds me of a time back then where people would enter like cheat codes into like games. Nowadays, I really feel like that's rare. People don't do that.
It's not
anymore.
A thing anymore because they know that people would.
Did I remember the old days whenever you played GTA and you had that little paper sheet of how to do cheat codes? That was fun.
Stuff.
Don't really do that anymore. Now you just pop out cheat engine or just don't give a shit anymore.
The cheats as well. GTA 5 was released like a decade ago, so it doesn't really count.
It doesn't feel like it. I still see people like streaming GTA so much.
It's insane that GTA has been out 11 years and people play the hell out of it still.
GTA RP was so big, but like the game is so old. Like they need to make a new one, man. I really want to do like a GTA RP server with some VTubers, but I want to wait until there's a new game. Could you imagine if the rule is everyone has to act like a normal human and they all have to name themselves? They'd be like, yeah, I'm Paulie, I'm from New Jersey, and like they all have to RP like normal people.
Yeah, our RP is being normal people, like
oh my god, that'd be so funny. What if they RP'd, like if they had a job before VTubing?
Yeah.
They just RP that.
Job. I would hate that because before VTubing, my job was like being a and a
also, if you want to get... Oh, it definitely has.
What the hell? Like, how long are these videos normally? Going corporate. GEEGAChat episode 1, 19 minutes. Wait, we talked for 2 hours.
This one is 17 minutes.
For 3.
Good video. That was really fun. That was really fun. I think we got to watch the previous one. That was very fun. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like this video itself and also sub to the channel. I thought it was really good. That was a good ass video. Very much enjoyed that. I like GEEGA's video. They're great. They're great. Make sure you sub to GEEGA as well. Holy.